Welcome back to Studio 33 Art by Kay. I just want to show you today how to do some very simple little blooms to make some beautiful coasters. So I'm just using a very basic way of doing it. I just put down a base of paint. I then do my little blooms just with 2 different colours for each one, with a bit of Mont Marte pouring paint gold on top and some Amsterdam Oxide Black cell activator. And I just use a paper straw to blow it out, so no fancy anything, simply a jumbo straw that you can buy from the supermarket, and I just flatten it out on the end. Now with these tiles, it's just a ceramic tile, and as usual I've just wiped that over with some isopropyl alcohol to clean it. Just a baby wipe or anything like that will clean it as well, or even just wiping over with a damp tissue is fine. It's just to get any dust off it. I don't put any tape on the back at this stage. I only do that when I go to resin it, because I'd like a little bit of the paint to roll over underneath the edge there to give a nice edge for when I go to put the cork on later. It just means that my cork is slightly smaller than my tile, so that gives me a bit of a shadow line, and where I've had the paint roll underneath, that just gives me a really nice little coloured edge. So I'm going to first of all put some of the Mont Marte satin, titanium white along the edge of my tiles. And I'm doing that because it tends to stick quite well on the edge there. I sometimes find I'm going to be mixing the base with a pearl, and sometimes if you mix in with a pearl or a semi-transparent or transparent paint, it doesn't seem to want to hold onto the edges as well, so that's why I'm just putting that on the edge. Then I've actually mixed together the Mont Marte satin with the Global Pearl Mist just to create a nice shimmery base. So I'm just going to place some of that in the middle of my tile here. And then I'm going to spin that out. Reason being that I like the base to be nice and smooth, and by spinning it out that achieves that. So here I go. Okay, so I'll just finish getting that to the edges. And I want to make sure that I haven't got too much paint on there. I'm not trying to be pouring onto a pillow. I just want a base paint. So I'm just going to spin that again. So now that's all nice and smooth, as you can see. I'm going to put down some little leaves into the corners here, because I'm going to put my flowers basically one in this corner, one in the middle, and one in that corner. So I'm just going to put a little bit of greenery into the other 2 corners. And this is where you need to just experiment with your composition, and doing these little tiles is the perfect way to do that. Plus you're creating something that's useful, and you can give away as presents, or you can use them for yourself. Now I'm just going to put some of the Amsterdam Oxide Black cell activator, and it was just mixed with Australian Floetrol, 1 part paint, 4 parts Floetrol. All the paints I'm using today I will actually list in the description below. You just have to click on the description of this video, and that will take you to all of the paints that I've listed, unless you're on your TV, where it won't take you there at all. You'll just have to get onto a device of some sort. Right, so now I'm just going to gently blow these out. I've flattened my straw out, and I've also just bent it a little bit, and that's so that instead of blowing straight down into the paint, it should skim across the surface and help to create those cells. So we'll see how we go. Okay. So that'll just give me a nice little bit of base colour there. You can see they've sealed up beautifully. So the first colour I'm laying down today, is the Eraldo Metallic Cyan. I want to make sure I don't put too much paint down, otherwise they're all going to run into each other. And then on top of that I'm putting Metallic Mint by Eraldo. And then a little bit of the Mont Marte Pouring Paint Gold. A little bit goes a long way, so you don't need much. A bit off centre there. And then the Amsterdam Oxide Black Cell Activator. So I'm going to try and blow that over at this side and this side. I do like it when the paint goes over the edges. So we'll see how we go. Okay, now we'll get the next one in about here. So I'm going to be using the Mont Marte Dimensions Phthalo Blue. And then the Eraldo Metallic Rolling Waters. It's quite nice if you've got that really big difference between the two, and it should show up that way. This guy here, haven't really got enough differentiation there, I don't think. Maybe I would have been better with a different colour, but it's still nice. Okay, a little tiny bit of gold. And the Cell Activator. Now blow out. And now the final colour up in the corner here, which is my purple. So I've got the Global Purple. Then the Eraldo Metallic Purple Sequin. Little bit of gold. And then the Amsterdam Oxide Black. Here we go. Just want to bring a bit more colour into this one, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit there. And a little bit of Cell Activator. And I'll just blow that out into the corner. Okay. So now I'll just use my heat embossing tool to bring up any more cells. And although they look a little bit like a dog's breakfast at the moment, once I use my skewer here, oops, I'll use the bigger one actually. It's just a bamboo skewer. And I'll just draw the shape of the petals in, and so it'll go from looking like just a big mess to actually making it look really beautiful, I hope. So we'll just draw some shape into our leaves to start with. And then I usually go in with the pointy end and just break these petals up a little bit more. It just helps to give them a little bit more shape. And I usually do a little twirly bit out the top of one of them, which I'll do out of this one. Just to add a little bit of interest. Looks like this one will have to come up here. And I don't know about this one. Maybe it's not going to quite look right there, I don't think. That's better. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. I'm still playing around with my colours, and yeah, I think I'm getting close to what I like there. Right, so the next thing to make sure is that your edges are all covered. And when I put this up on a little cup to dry, I will run my finger along the bottom, and that's to get all the drips off, because otherwise the paint will continue to drip off, and you could go back later and find that there's nothing actually left of your flowers. They've all run over the side. So that's what you have to do. So I'm just going to now pick that up and put it over to dry, but I'll bring you down for a close-up first. Okay, see you in a minute. So here we are coming down for a close-up on this little coaster with the 3 blooms on it. And my little leaves, which are really pretty. And there's our little, lots of lacing here today, which is great. Just trying to see if I can pick up the shimmer, but it's a little bit difficult. You can see the shimmer from the gold, that's for sure. So that's just another really pretty little one. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me do that today, and can see that you can do that too. And hopefully you'll give that one a go. Okay, see you back here very soon. Bye-bye.